On tonight's homework, students are going to use what we've been working on in class called the partial products method. So partial products means that we're going to take numbers that are larger than one digit and break them into their place value parts. So I'm going to show you how that would work for number 2, and this is how your child should set it up. First, you would want them to rewrite the problem as they see it horizontally, using a grid box for each number or symbol. So 8 times 275. So students have been practicing what we call expanding the form of the number. So taking the number and expanding it into place values. So expanding this number, I would expand it into the place value. So the 2 is worth 200, the 7 is worth 70, and the 5 is worth 5 ones. So by expanding out the form, students are going to create what we call the partial product. We're going to solve this multiplication using the parts. So we're going to do 8 times 200, 8 times 70, and 8 times 5. So your student's going to kind of ignore this problem up at the top. Once they solve each of those across, they're going to look at the original fact. So they're going to find the one digit by one digit multiplication that they know. So in this case, we know 8 times 2 is 16, but the 200 is 100 times bigger. So we need to make our answer 100 times bigger. And then students have also been practicing as they multiply across, when they get the product or the answer, to line up the place value so that the addition is easy. So 8 times 7 is 56, but we see this is 10 times bigger, so it's going to be 560. So my original fact was 56, 10 times bigger was 560. And then 8 times 5 is 40. And then students would add up the total here. So they would add up to create 0, 10, 12, 2. It's important that students still add from ones place out to thousands place. That's going to make the work easier. So they're going to solve those problems there. And then on 4 and 5, they're going to create a number model. So a number model is when we're writing what you would traditionally know as just an equation. So in this first one, we would see Maya goes to school 7 hours each day. She does not miss any of the 181 days of school. How many hours will Maya spend in school this year? So we want to estimate the answer. So to do that, we're going to show an estimate here. So we'd say 7 hours is about how many hours? And we can probably keep that at just 7. And then 181, what's that close to? Is it closer to 100 or 200? So once your student answers that, they can put the number model here. They'll see what the answer is equal to. So will that number that they've estimated be in the hundreds place, thousands place, 10,000s place, and then they'd circle whichever of these magnitudes it is. And then the exact answer, they're going to take this and make an actual problem and solve. So they would actually solve 181 times 7. They can use the grid, they can use another sheet of paper, but as long as it's attached.